just a second here. All right, we're good to go. Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you taking some time out to join us. And you know, we've been doing these pretty regular. I'd like to say monthly, but we did miss a couple months there. You know, we try to pick a new topic, a new subject, something in the industry, you know, you might be hearing about or want to, you know, listen or get more information on. So we kind of change them up quite a bit. Sometimes they're product specific, sometimes it's high level, maybe an industry topic. You know, everybody's hearing about, you know, IT, server storage, disaster recovery, what options are out there. Is it on-premise? Is it hosted, cloud? You know, what options do we have? So I thought today would be a good time to have that conversation. So I'm excited that NEC has joined us, and Craig Shelton over at NEC is going to give us a good presentation overview of the different options from an NEC standpoint. So, you know, thank you very much for joining. As everybody usually knows, I record these sessions and we put them on our website. So if you haven't had a chance, go to our website. We've been making some nice improvements to that. We try to keep it updated. If you go to the news column, you can see some of the latest things that's happened. We have, you know, the videos that we upload to our website. And a lot of our customers, a lot of you actually go back and watch those videos, and I appreciate that. So we'll continue to do those. So today, let me figure out how to click this. Sorry. So today we got Craig Shelton. We're going to cover the NEC IT servers, their storage solutions, and discuss a little bit on disaster recovery and the different options around that. Thank you, Craig, for joining us today, buddy. So, you know, I mentioned our videos. These are recorded and we'll put them on our website. And here's the link. If you ever have any troubles, give me a shout, but you can get there from our website as well. And we have quite a few videos on there, many different topics. Again, some of them pretty much product specific, but there's also some really good high-level ones. And there's actually a video on there. Our CEO, Paul Disu, did a video with Larry Levenberg from NEC, who kind of talked about the industry and the challenges and how we can support and help those. So that's a pretty good one as well. So our NEC partnership, definitely one of the strongest partnerships out there. And not just me saying that, NEC would tell you that, and you know, the proof's in the pudding. We are an NEC nationwide exclusive channel partner. We're their largest level, which is a triple diamond dealer. We're the fastest growing NEC partner in history. You know, we are the first partner to install a virtualized SV9500. For anybody that doesn't know, that's their enterprise flagship product, UC solution. We're the first partner to install a smart enterprise, and that's kind of what we're talking about today, is taking some of these other solutions NEC provides and wrapping them around voice and UC and making them all work together. So. Exclusive partner for NEC Biometrics. I'm sure you have seen some information from us or from NEC around facial recognition and what we're doing in that area. If you have any questions, give me a shout. I'd be more than happy to bring you up to speed on that. So, you know, our philosophy is pretty simple. Customer satisfaction is our main priority. You know, most of you who know me hear us say that all the time, and we truly believe this and from the top down. So we treat our customers like a customer. All right. This slide, you know, I show it every time. It changes on us quite a bit. You know, we are rapidly growing and adding more talent and resources to the team. The bullets at the bottom I'm extremely proud of, and one of the reasons we're one of NEC's top partners, if not the top, is because we do have a lot of engineer certifications on their products, right? A couple examples, 21 certified 9500 engineers on staff, right? 10 of those engineers have the Univerge 3C solution certification. So we're continually adding to our team, and this slide every month will change, okay? You know, how do we do that? How do we support thousands and thousands of customers? Right now we're over 8,000 customers. We have a centralized TAC center, right? And those guys who take those calls from end users take calls from our staff as well, our engineers out there trying to install some of the solutions and applications. This is also where we recreate your environment and troubleshoot your problems you might be having. Yeah, this is an area where we continue to expand and grow, and actually should be adding another resource this month to that team. Real quick, you know, this is what we do, right? This is who we are and what we do for you. So, and it's you know, it's a pie, but if you follow it around, you can see, right? It starts with the infrastructure and of course the voice solutions. You know, of course, lately over the last few years, we've been doing a lot of virtualization, and today we'll talk about, you know, some of that with NEC on their options around servers and storage. You know, and then, you know, it goes into biometrics. You can see that SD-WAN. You know, we've done a few webinars on that solution, and if you don't know what that is, give me a shout. I'd be more than happy to show you, and you know, everything around that. And then, you know, it's taking all of these products and solutions, and then us being the service management solution for that, right? So bringing it all together, making it work, and making it work for you. Before, this is my last slide. I promise I'll only do a few slides on Forerunner, but you know, Craig, I don't know if you have this in your presentation, but you know, NEC and Iron Mountain, right? This is their data center. It's pretty cool solution, a pretty cool facility, right? I will make this offer to you if anybody on the call, any customers would like to go tour this facility, please let me know. I'm trying to coordinate something, probably going to be early next month, but if you're interested, please let me know, all right? So with that, Craig, let's get into your presentation, bud.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right.
You have the ball?
I do not, and I cannot steal it.
I'm going to give it to you right now.
Awesome. All right. Apologies beforehand. You're about to be flashed with a University of Oklahoma screen.
You didn't tell me you were going to do that.
I'm sorry. That's my backdrop before I... There we go. All right. Awesome. Okay. Sorry, someone was saying something before I interrupted.
I think it was me, Craig. Just go ahead, buddy. You're good.
Awesome. No problem. All right. So good morning, everybody. My name is Craig Shelton. I am an account manager covering the IT portfolio. The IT portfolio ranges anywhere from, you know, server, storage, backup, highly available solutions, all the way to facial recognition, stuff like that. So pretty broad portfolio. So we'll focus on a few of those top solutions, cutting-edge solutions that we have. Just go and start. This is kind of one of our base slides. You know, just want to remind everyone, we've been around a long time, 120 years. Our technology is solid. One thing I like to point out in this slide is we've actually been in the server and storage business for 60 years. That's sometimes double, who knows, triple the time than most manufacturers out there. So we've been doing this a long time. It's a trusted platform. I actually heard a story the other day that a customer has one of our old Blade servers that's been running for about a decade now, and they needed some additional drives. And I was like, whoa, how do they still have that? So trusted solutions, very resilient products. To kind of go over kind of the breadth of NEC, of course, there's a very large breadth of the technology that we offer. What we'll really be focusing on is servers and storage today, mostly around grid backup and disaster recovery, as well as servers, high-density servers in the form of hyperconverged. That's something that's really hitting the market right now and really kind of taken the industry by storm and how people are designing their architecture and their hypervisor and all. So we'll go over that in a little bit. All right, so why NEC infrastructure to start? Excuse me. So as we are almost 120-year-old company now, we're known for stability, long-term reliability, and partnerships, like with Forerunner. one of the things that really hit customers and partners love this is that we're not looking to generate buzz, go IPO, and dump the company on the market or dump the technology on the market. A lot of companies have kind of been soured by companies doing this. They buy the technology, they trust the company, then they dump it to another major manufacturer. We don't do that. All of our products are NEC manufactured, NEC designed. Excuse me. So, and also they're also all open architecture. So NEC's in-block, our servers, our storage, all NEC manufactured, but there's no lock-in at any point. So you can put in an HP server, you can put in Veeam backup software, other technologies to be used with your stack. Easy to manage, and it's even getting easier nowadays. So we'll go over that with some of our hyperconverged technology. You can eliminate SAN switches, SCSI, fiber channel. You're really able to lower the TCO of your environment. And then easily scalable. I mean, that's the name of the game. You don't want to buy infrastructure and then not be able to scale, and you have to come in and forklift just to upgrade. So all of our storage, hyperconverged infrastructure, very easily scalable from just simply adding nodes to the grid. And there's no gotcha pricing. We're not going to sell you something one year, come back the next year and say, hey, we need a big fat check to keep your system up and running. NEC and our partners are very upfront about the pricing, and we don't have any gotcha pricing. Here's kind of a slide of some of the solutions that we can create from the, the massive depth that NEC has. So we'll kind of start off with data backup and data security. So this product, I'm pretty sure Forerunner's probably talked to a lot of you guys about this product. It's kind of one of our featured products that we like to talk about. So data backup and security solutions. So the question I'd like to start off with any clients, partners, anyone I'm really talking to is, how are your applications? How is your data being backed up today? Generally, I get answers of, oh, we're backing up to a NAS, oh, we're backing up to just some drives, oh, we're backing up to the cloud. So many different ways to back up your data. So one of the ways is with a purpose-built backup appliance. And that will kind of feature our product called the HydroStore. And some of the main features that comes with this is you can reduce management complexity. So this is actually a tier 2 bucket that you're throwing your data in. So this gives you your backup, gives you your archive, be able to securely store your data for the life of your company. One feature that the HydroStore is able to do is it drastically reduces your TCO. We leverage NEC commodity servers and hardware, and then we developed HydroStore operating system that's on top of that. So we're able to really be flexible with the price compared to our competitors because we are the original manufacturer. And also we're capturing a lot of the falling prices on HDDs and more dense drives and stuff like that. One of the main kind of ideas that people like to have purpose-built backup for is to boost security. If you're just putting your backups on the same infrastructure that everything else is on, and that infrastructure gets compromised, they can lock down your primary and your backup data. So a lot of companies are separating their backup data to boost security, defend against crypto locker attacks. I know when I first started here at NEC, one of the first clients I talked to had a crypto locker attack hit his infrastructure, and he was hosting a bunch of companies. So he was pretty shaken up by crypto locker. So it's actually a very serious thing, and you hear every day something new coming out by people getting into their systems, crypto locker, locking down their data, and having a backup system is one way to fight against that because you're able to really spin up your environments without having to pay that ransom that they're asking for. Another feature that enhances security is we do have advanced features with Worm. That's write once, read many. What that does is that locks down your data. This is also for compliance, but it locks down your data for a specific amount of time that you designate to where it can't be changed or deleted. No one can go into your system and change it. And a lot of financial companies, insurance companies, even healthcare are doing this, not only so employees don't get in there or administrators don't get in there and possibly change something, but also ransomware attacks. They can't get in there and delete your data. The file system is not possible. Unique feature of the HydroStore is never forklift upgrade. Kind of how I was mentioning, we have no gotcha pricing. This kind of runs along the same concept as we're not going to come to you 3 years after you bought the initial purchase and say, hey, we're going to forklift upgrade this for you for another X dollars. So this system, and I'll get into it in the next slide, but it allows you to have multiple generations of nodes, which is the HydroStore node, in one similar infrastructure. So you can we can come out with a new generation, you just plug that into the grid. And then we're certified with all major backup vendors. Veeam, Veritas, we can do direct Oracle RMAN backups, Commvault, Nikivo, SQL. So we pretty much are pretty agnostic when it comes to backup. As long as they can send a CIFS or NFS share to the HydroStore, we can ingest it. And lastly, I mean, one of the greatest things that come with the purposeful backup appliance is we have global deduplication and compression. So on average, we're seeing data being shrunk by a factor of 20 to 1. Just because you have so much duplicated data in your environment, you only need to back up one copy. So the HydroStore, through its high-performance dedupe and compression engine, can take that data, and they can reduce, on average, we're seeing about 20 terabytes down to 1 terabyte. So very powerful system, very robust system. There you go. All right, so what's some of the questions to ask yourself, ask your team members about what's going on with your backups? I mean, what applications are being backed up? Are all the applications, is it just our SQL, is it just our Oracle? How is the data being backed up today? How much data is being backed up? Data retention for the environment, and then how is the data being moved off-site for DR? Traditionally, a lot of companies would back up to tape, physical tape on-premise, and ship that off to Iron Mountain. That's not the case any day. Technology is advanced past tape, and you don't have to go through the tape handling process anymore. And then what's the DR plan for an organization, especially for your mission-critical applications? Your system gets compromised, what do you do after that? What needs to be done to really get that business back up and going? So some of the unique features, scale out object storage. It's very easy to scale from one single node, which is about 72 terabytes of raw data, 48 terabytes of usable data. And we can actually license down one node all the way to 18 terabytes raw, and then that's 12 terabytes usable. And you can actually scale up in that first single box as well. And then we can stack each node all the way up to 165 nodes. And you're not only adding capacity, but every time you add a hybrid node, you're adding performance. So you're really able to customize your backup architecture all the way up to 12 petabytes if need be. And it's a very, very robust system that can go to 12 petabytes. Creating efficient tier 2 repositories is one big bucket, so we can ingest pretty much any data. You can use multiple backup applications if you want. You can have Veritas and Veeam backups all on the same single stack. Near limitless scalability. Like I was saying, you can go from 18 terabytes raw to 12 petabytes. So the scalability is, really beyond most environments. And then you just add capacity and performance of each node. Very seamless to add new data to that grid. And then, like I was talking about, eliminate forklift upgrades. We support 3 generations of nodes in one single system. So it's very easy to add the latest and greatest node, and the other generations will still work with that node. Now, say your system is 10 years old, and we're upgrading to generation 6, and you had a generation 3. It's also very seamless to add a new node to the grid and retire an old node. It's just a simple button you push in the HydroStore GUI, and it moves that data into the rest of the grid, and now you have the latest and greatest in there, and you have 3 generations all in one architecture. Any questions on this technology so far?
I think you're doing good, Craig. No questions. Right. That's always good.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so we'll kind of jump into the fun part of backup. So backup as a service. As I was kind of mentioning earlier, how are you moving your data offsite, or is all your data being moved offsite? So what is the NEC backup as a service platform? So first and foremost, all of our backup as a service infrastructure is hosted in the NEC Iron Mountain. So you can know from the get-go that your data is in a secure place, highly resilient. The data centers are placed in very, I would say, low levels of natural disasters, earthquakes, hurricanes, you name it. And then it's built on the trusted NEC server storage and the HydroStore platform. So we build and optimize the storage for backup as a service. We place the infrastructure in our data centers, and then we use the HydroStore, and also we use the leading industry backup application called Commvault to deliver your turnkey solution from sending your data to the Iron Mountain, and we keep it safely for as long as you need it. So we have a few different models that we go towards when designing the backup as a service model. First thing we do is we come in, we get a sizing document. So we size the environment, we find out how much data do you need to back up. And a couple additional questions. Do you want to keep a replicated copy from data center to data center? Do you want to have additional features and all this kind of stuff? So, and then we clearly define, who's responsible for what. We go through the Commvault application with you, all that fun stuff. So the first model is pretty much taking the application in snapshots, and it's encrypted and deduplicated to transfer to the NEC data center to be backed up and to be stored. That's just a straight send data to us, and we'll take care of it. The other model is that we install a Commvault appliance built and deployed in your data center, on premise, whatever you prefer. You back up locally to that appliance, and then snapshots are backed up to the Iron Mountain from that appliance. So you have a secondary DR. You use the Iron Mountain backup as a service model as your secondary DR site. So we're very flexible in what we're really able to do. We're very flexible in size of data. You can do 1 terabyte. You can do petabytes. It's really up to you. One of the greatest benefits of this as well is that we bill you on a monthly basis. So it becomes an OpEx model. You don't have to dish out hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars for a backup system. You just pay monthly. And you only pay for what you're consuming. So if you only have 5 terabytes in there, you only have to pay for 5 terabytes. So any questions on that before I jump ahead? Keep going. All right. All right. On to kind of one of the newest technologies NEC has. As I was kind of mentioning in the beginning, hyperconverged. This is kind of the new thing that we have. And also hyperconvergence is kind of hitting the market, becoming a very hot topic. So the questions I like to pose whenever I start the conversation is, okay, what server, storage, and hypervisor are you currently using? A lot of people mostly say, okay, we have these servers and we're using VMware. Okay, great. Next question I like to ask is, how much is your VMware licensing really costing you? VMware is a very pricey, and then you get into some of the features, very complex to deploy. Also, you have to have expertise to be able to manage that infrastructure. So what we came out with was the hyperconverged platform. And what it is, it sits on a D120H server. This is a new server line that NEC launched. I'll go over that on the next slide. And then we partnered with a company called Scale Computing. Scale Computing is a KVM-based hypervisor. And so this would replace, say, your VMware. And I get this question a lot, okay, how do I move my VMware environment to the Scale environment? It's very easy to move your VMware VMs into the Scale platform. We create the entire process for the migration. It's actually pretty easy to do overall. So what does this allow you to do? So on average, we're reducing the TCO and IT infrastructure. So by this I mean for the D120 server, we're consolidating the compute, the storage, the backup networking all into one single architecture, or sometimes all into one 2U box. Pay-as-you-go architecture. Because of the D120 platform, we can seamlessly add new nodes into the chassis, and you just expand it as you need. And then open architecture, fully allows you to manage, organize, maintain, full control your environment through the virtualization layer. And then we're removing the complexity, increasing reliability. There's a lot of fault tolerance built into these systems on redundancy and everything. And then we lower your TCO. On average, I am seeing scale computing and the NEC hardware coming in at half the price of VMware infrastructure and licensing. So that really takes a big toll on a lot of environments. Then you don't have to have the VMware experts. You still want to have them, but you don't necessarily have to have the VMware expertise to manage this infrastructure. So what is the D120? So this is our density scalable server. What it is there's two different flavors. This is the first flavor. It's 4 half-height nodes in a 2U chassis. And these nodes, we can pack these pretty dense. So we can pack 208 cores per 2Us using the new scalable Platinum Skylake processors. We can pack 2 terabytes per node of memory, and then 6 drives per node as well. We can do that SSDs or HDDs or whatever you prefer. And so highly dense, highly scalable. We stack this up against HP and Dell for how much data you can get into a small enclosure and how much power you can put in there. And we're able to definitely beat them on density and power. And that's why we decided this would be the perfect server chassis to work on our scale computing platform. So what questions do you ask yourself if you're looking to go towards hyperconverged? So what's the typical refresh life cycle on your servers and storage? How much of your environment is virtualized? I've run into clients that have 0 virtualization somehow, some way. Then I have most clients that have all of their environments virtualized. Performance assessments. A lot of times people aren't seeing the performance they want to see out of their VMware and in turn their applications. So are we able to make that more efficient with a different hypervisor or scale? And then would you be open to seeing the price of the solution from NEC? A lot of times, people are like on the fence about looking towards hyperconverge, and then they see the price and they go, okay, wait a second, let's take a look at this. So unique selling points of the Scale and NEC platform. Reduced infrastructure costs, like I said, about half the cost of VMware and Nutanix, which is another competitor. Intelligent storage pooling, very easy to configure, and really nothing to configure. Efficient I/O path. The hypervisor is included, so you don't have to worry about third-party licensing. In the Scale platform, you have backup and DR features, as well as the Scale platform is compatible with our HydroStore, so you can have direct snapshots and backups to the HydroStore from the Scale box. And then one of the best parts is no expertise required for storage, high-availability virtualization, DR. Takes a lot of the complexity out of the environment. And then, flexible in building clusters from different nodes. Like I was saying, very scalable, and it's very easy to manage all in one central GUI. So like these are the nodes, these are the VMs. So very easy to manage from one centralized pane of glass. So kind of diving into kind of DR, I know that's kind of a hot topic nowadays, what happens if I lose power? What happens if I have a natural disaster? What happens if my network goes down? So Scale and NEC have a solution that we can have a primary site and a secondary site running with your full infrastructure. So first thing you do is you can do local full VM recovery. So you can take, and one of the benefits of this is it protects you against malware, ransomware, user error, corruption of files, stuff like that. So pretty much activate a VM by calling it from the history, and then from the point that you want to spin that VM up, and then you just boot it right up. Pretty easy to do. This can also all be done on a replication site or a secondary DR site. Another thing you do is file and object level recovery. So, quite often employees accidentally delete files that weren't supposed to be deleted. But say that your system is replicating to a DR site with NEC. So this protects against users deleting files. You clone the VM from primary to secondary. So that means that secondary has that non-deleted file. Pretty much you just go grab it from the file and copy it back over to the primary. Very seamless, very easy to do. And then one of the really most robust solutions that this comes about for DR is remote full VM recovery, being able to spin up your environment completely off-site if need be. So this protects against complete power outages, network failures, inaccessibility, natural disasters, stuff like that. And then you clone the critical VMs to your secondary site, and then you can have failover to that secondary site if need be. Only the unique blocks are tracked to the secondary site, and the best part is and then everything recovers back to the primary site once it's back up and running. So scale computing with NEC, we're able to really create a very robust hyperconverged disaster recovery backup architecture that's pretty unique in the market. All right, so jumping into private cloud solutions. I know Stephen kind of hit on this a little bit. So what are you looking to do with cloud? Are you currently in cloud today? Are you looking to move some applications to the cloud? Backup as a service, SAP HANA, stuff like that. So we have a very robust cloud platform that you guys are welcome to. Forerunner is a trusted client and can easily work with you guys on getting you that private cloud solution. So what does this do? That takes the infrastructure out of your environment. So you don't have to manage it. You can focus on managing the applications, the data that's needed to run the business, gives you flexibility to scale up or scale down. And this is really the turnkey solution as you need. High levels of resiliency for a data center, since all of our data centers are in Iron Mountain, highly secured. And then again, with our, as I was talking about for backup as a service, it's a single OpEx fee. It's a predictable fee per month. It gets rid of having to purchase large CapEx expenses for infrastructure, licensing. And then for the private cloud, it's dedicated resources towards your environment. See, a lot of public clouds nowadays, you could be sharing a CPU with 10 other people and you would never know it. We're very transparent on what you're purchasing, what's in your costs per month. So it's very easy, to say this is all dedicated to what I'm doing. So Iron Mountain. So I'm guessing a lot of you guys have heard of Iron Mountain, been around a long time. It is one of the safest data centers in the world. So first, I'd like to point out, this is a map of natural disasters, earthquakes. You can see kind of hurricane and flooding along these areas. But right here in Pennsylvania, there is pretty much zero damage altogether. No floods, it's in the mountains, no earthquakes, nothing. So, and not to mention, the data center here is also 220 feet underground. Zero seismic zone. Some other unique features of it, it's elevated as a priority for federal government due to the customers that reside in that underground facility. Armed guards, redundant power feeds, 2 separate power grids. Not to mention, they can do a full power for 72 hours after losing everything. So it's a very, very resilient data center that we decided to put our infrastructure in and work with Iron Mountain very closely. So you can go to your CEO, CTO, and be very confident to say, yes, our infrastructure will be safe, secure, and available. So what's some of the offerings that we have for off-premise infrastructure? So the first one we talked about a little bit is backup as a service, or archiving as a service as well. We use the leading backup software Commvault, optimized with NEC storage, the HydroStore for dedupe and compression. And it's available by the gigabyte and bandwidth. That's how we price it out per month. Disaster recovery, using our Express Cluster technology as well, to where you can have failover of specific applications. Say if you were to lose power, network goes down, application fails. SAP HANA, if you guys are running SAP or SAP HANA, we have a very robust hosting platform. We're certified by SAP. They've come in, they've audited us. We get the giant check mark. All of it is on NEC in-block infrastructure, so it's all NEC server storage backup infrastructure. And it's certified and optimized for SAP HANA, specifically designed to run it. And then we can do legacy migrations, big data analytics in there as well. And then just pure infrastructure as a service. If you guys have any infrastructure you'd like to not have to manage anymore, and you just want to pay a monthly fee and use it, we can do that for you. We can stand up pretty much anything you need in our data center, and you reap the benefits of the infrastructure without having to manage it. And that's just all on a monthly basis for you. So what type of questions do you ask yourself for private cloud? What applications are currently running in the cloud today? What's your long-term strategy for cloud? Main concerns, moving applications to the cloud, and how you're monitoring, patching your network. That is one thing that we offer is a monitoring service for your infrastructure. Are you currently working with Iron Mountain today? A lot of times when we talk with clients about backup as a service, they have either worked at a company that has worked with Iron Mountain for backing up tape, or they currently do that today. And then what's your TCO? And whenever I ask for TCO, that's an important question, because what's the overall TCO for all your backups? That includes the infrastructure, the licensing of the backup application, the hardware, how much is the replication, the DR, all of that. What's that total TCO? And then because we are very robust in how we can host SAP HANA, we like to ask the question, are you currently using SAP today? Very popular software, so a lot of customers say, yeah. So it opens up that conversation as well. To kind of discuss, again, some of the unique selling points of our cloud, 220 feet below the ground in a highly secure and safe data center. We have been inspected and audited many times by SAP, not only for the overall data center, but the infrastructure that NEC has, the servers, the storage, the hardware, the reliability. All of our backup as a service, SAP HANA as a service, anything as a service is a turnkey solution. So that includes the hardware, the licensing, the hosting, bandwidth, services, backup. It's all included in that one monthly fee. And then our backup as a service, turnkey backup as a service with Commvault. We provide all the licensing, the hardware, bandwidth, hosting, DR replication if you like that, all in that one monthly service as well. So very robust solution altogether. And I believe that is my last slide. So do I have any questions, comments, concerns?
All right, y'all don't be shy out there. No questions? Craig, thank you so much, buddy. That was a lot of good information.
Yeah, well done, Craig. Yeah, well done, Craig. Thank you very much, Stephen. Thank you very much. A lot of great information and, NEC direction. You guys should know, I mean, we probably have, 15 to 25 proposals right now in front of customers on all these NEC, IT products, backup as a service, security, server, storage. So it's very exciting for us that customers who are doing the deeper dive are engaging with us and procuring the IT equipment. So it's very exciting for us, and we thank you for all the support.
Absolutely. And for everybody out there, we actually have a really good case study on a customer called Segway that is on our website, and if you have troubles finding it, let me know, but it's a really good case study on the storage solution we did for them about a year ago. So as everybody knows, I recorded this session. We'll put it on our website, so if you need to go back or maybe share that video with some of your colleagues, I'd appreciate it. And then we also have this same webinar at 2 o'clock Central today, so if you know some of your team members that might be interested in seeing or hearing this, please forward that invitation to them. And again, call me if you have any questions with that. Craig, thank you again. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll do it again at 2 o'clock today. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank you.